Hello guys, it's Blue Staff Gaming here, and welcome to episode 3 of my Hardcore Ironman Race to Rank 1. So as you can see, since last episode I finished smithing those bars I had, and I've made a couple of mithril items, and I've also got a few combat stats up here, as you can see, just so we are a little bit stronger. Now the main focus this episode I think is going to be doing some quests. So the first quest I want to do is called Restless Ghost. So I'll show you on the minimap. It's really easy. It's just here in Lumbridge Church is where you start. And if we go inside, you start the quest by speaking to Father Arek, but it's a super fast quest. Restless Ghost, here it is. As you can see, survival level 7 skeleton, that shouldn't be too difficult. And you get some prayer points, some prayer XP, from it. So it's a pretty good quest to do, so I'm going to do that quest now. I will be doing a guide on it as well for anyone that's interested. So I will see you guys after I finish the quest. I've just finished Restless Ghost. As I mentioned before, I will have a guide for this quest if you need help with it on my channel. As you can see, on one prayer I got a little bit of prayer XP for completing the quest, so we can rub the prayer XP lamp to gain some. Here we are, level 2 prayer, and then these bones give 200 each, so if I bury all of them that should be 1000 experience. And just like that we're up to level 9 prayer, nearly level 10. So hopefully I can bury a few more bones and get up to level 10. And that was really good as it raises your combat level as well, getting prayer up. So that is ideal. Look at that, combat level 10. So that's a good milestone for us. That will help us with our total level, which will climb up the ranks, which of course is what we're trying to do in this series. I think the next quest I want to do is Ernest the Chicken. I will show you where it is on the map. If we have a look, it's just here. The quest takes place in Draenor Manor, just here. So what I'm going to do is teleport to the lodestone. And I'm going to do that quest now. Really easy quest again, and once again I'll do a guide for it. So what I'll do is I'll come back and join you guys once I've finished that quest guide. So see you in a little bit. I've just completed Ernest the Chicken, and you can see I'm up to 8 quest points now. That quest there gave 4 quest points, so that's really good. I got 3k cash, some feathers and some eggs. I'm just going to teleport to Lumbridge now because I think I want to start some dungeoneering. Dungeoneering's really good for an Ironman, as if you die in there it's a safe death, so you won't lose your account, but also you can get all your XP up sort of gradually together because there's lots of different skills in there you can do. So that's really good. So I'll show you where to go. Once you're in Lumbridge, you run south, and there's a bridge that goes between Lumbridge Swamp and Alcarid, and there's a boat on there. You want to sail with this Fremenic shipmaster, head west up the mountain. I'm not going to get too much into dungeoneering itself, I'm just going to show you how to get there. And then you can always watch guides on it, there's plenty of them about. But I'm just going to do some dungeoneering off camera, get all my levels up a little bit, do some floors, get some dungeoneering up, because it's a really good thing for an Ironman to do. There is a bank here, you can't take anything in with you, so deposit all of your things. And you talk to this guy and he gives you a ring, and that's how you start. So I'm going to be doing some dungeoneering now off camera, and I'll bring you back if anything interesting happens, or once I've finished. Hello guys, I'm back, not in dungeoneering, which is where I left off, but instead I've just been doing some wood cutting, fire making, and now I need to get my fletching up to level 15 to match these two. I'm going to be getting them up together, all three of those stats. Turns out dungeoneering, for me at least, was very, very slow for the early levels, so all I did was get to complexity 6, which is where you complete 5 floors. First of all, complexity 1, complexity 2, so on and so forth. Those of you who are familiar with dungeoneering will understand. So when I'm a bit higher level, particularly higher combat level, I will go back and see if I can carry on the skill. It should be a bit easier with higher combat stats. So for now I think I'm going to focus mainly on getting my skills up. So I want to get my woodcutting, fire making and my fletching up. I want to get my mining and smithing up a lot more. These feathers here are the ones that I originally bought for fishing with, sorry. That was the purpose of the feathers. However, I'm just using them to fletch for now because it's much faster XP than making arrow shafts. For those of you wondering how I'm making my money, it's from selling items that I smith to general stores. So as a general rule, you don't really want to sell things to general stores because they buy things for very, very little and then sell them back to you for high. So I never buy anything from there unless it's one of their basic things like a tinder box or a hammer. Not that you'd need that with the tool belt system now, obviously. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing just to make a bit of money. I think an iron, because obviously I've been mining everything, it's just free. I think an iron plate body sold for, I think, 250 coins. So, obviously sell 4 of them and that's 1k, and to mine, that's 5 iron bars, which is 10 iron ore. It doesn't take me long to mine 10 iron ore, so that's what I've been doing for money for the moment. But I will go on to better money making methods with you guys in a little bit. But I just want to get some of these stats up. I want to try and make quite a big impact on these before I, record too much more. I'm hoping to get my wood cutting, fire making, fletching up quite a lot, my fishing and my cooking up quite high, mining and smithing probably around like the 40s or 50s, I would say. And that way maybe we'll get my crafting up, thieving up, just get everything up a little bit before I do too much more recording, because then what I can do is I'll have nice base stats and I can go and do a load of quests. I can do guides for those if you guys are interested, and I think that would be much more interesting commentary than just I've decided to do a bit of woodcutting, I'm now level 17, because that's not super enjoyable for everyone I know. So I'm going to do that off camera and I will catch you guys in a little bit once I've got much better stats and we can do something more exciting. And a tip for anyone Ironman or Hardcore Ironman, whenever you see these imps, kill them, because they drop beads which you need for a quest. So it's really important to do that because obviously there's no grand exchange for us. But yeah guys, I will see you in the next clip. Okay guys, to round off this episode before I do a lot of my off-camera work with my skills, trying to get them up a bit, I just wanted to take this opportunity to talk to you guys about what I personally think of the new mining and smithing rework. I think it's great in terms of the mining, the way that it's been sort of set in line with everything else. So I spoke briefly about it before, the fact that mithril is now 30 to mine, 30 to smith, and 30 to wield a weapon, rather before it was I think 50 or 52 to mine, and then you needed, depending on what weapon you wanted, if it was a dagger it was like 50, if you wanted a two-handed sword it was 58, so it didn't really make sense before. So especially for Ironman account like mine is, it's really, really helpful. You can see I was just opening my geodes in the background, got all sorts of things, but unfortunately I haven't got my crafting up as high as I would like it, but that's not a problem. So finally, to sort of summarise, the smithing I like as well. It's a bit, I think it's clever how you can get tier 1s, tier 2s, etc. I think that's quite good for XP, because you don't use, you don't have to keep making the same thing, which I like, because there's nothing, more boring than when you're, whatever level smithing you are, and you need to make 1,000 rune two-handed swords to get to the next one, or whatever it may be. The problem that I see is, obviously, the price of things has dropped significantly. So if you take rune, for example, I think a rune plate body used to be worth about 40k. I think now it's worth about 2k. And the reason for that is, obviously you can get these items as drops from monsters, which I'll go on to in a minute, but runite ore used to take 20 minutes to respawn. So when you mined it, it was gone for 20 minutes on that world. And that was it. You had to wait 20 minutes for it to come back for one piece of ore. And obviously there's limited worlds. But now you can just mine it constantly, albeit, I'm not sure of how long it takes to mine a piece of rune, or I'm not that high mining yet, but it's going to be less than 20 minutes, isn't it? So, especially with people being able to share the same rock, before, it's everyone on one rock, whoever gets it, and that's it for 20 minutes. So, obviously the price is much lower. Now, I know they've introduced a lot of other things. They've introduced more tiers, which is great. It's really great. I love it when new content gets released, because it's something exciting to check out. I'm just worried that, things like monster drops will be affected. Anything that used to drop high amounts of rune items. One that springs to mind, or at least it used to back when I used to do this, the high level grot worms, the mature grot worms, they used to drop a lot of rune. So yeah, it'll take some getting used to for everyone, I think. But I think it's a good change. I like that they've scaled it down. I would imagine they would be doing the same with other skills in time. For example, if you want to, I've added this adamant pickaxe to my tool belt at 20 attack. However, I couldn't add an adamant hatchet to my tool belt, for example, because it says you do not have 40 attack to wield this item. So I think things like that they will iron out. It's still very early days in the update, but overall, the people I've spoken to in game, they seem to like it quite a lot. So I think it's a positive change all round. And it's always exciting to learn new things, mine new ores, You can see everyone is going about mining. I'm on a fairly quiet world at the moment. But, I think it's exciting, and I think the game needs things like this in order to stay exciting for people. I'm really interested as to what you guys think about the new mining and smithing rework. Do you like how it's changed? Do you not like it? Just tell me what you think. I'm very interested. If there's any other problems you foresee, like I did, maybe you've thought of something I haven't, or maybe you know why something I've mentioned won't be a problem. But definitely let me know in the comments what you think. I will read through them all. And yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next progress episode. Hopefully we can, make a real dent on some of these stats. As always, I'm going to tell you where I am on the leaderboard. I'm currently 32,000 and something. So that again is a big jump from last time. The jumps will probably slow down because my total level is only going up by like 100 or so each episode. So, we're now getting into, sort of more dedicated players. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.